video will show you a couple of different ways to view articles when you're utilizing a library database, in particular Academic Search Complete. So some of them are pretty easy. It's pretty obvious here that I can access the HTML full text or the PDF full text by simply clicking on those links there. However, of course, we can't always read every single article, so it can be helpful before you decide which ones you're going to download and save to actually take a look at the abstract, which will be the summary of the article. Now, when I am viewing my PDF full text, for example, if you're in the Safari browser, it will take you to a secondary page where you'll need to download the article to make it appear like this. So I always encourage folks to use the Chrome browser when possible, but otherwise you can always click on Download Article to be able to view that. If I go back to my search results here, I'll show you a couple of other different ways that the articles do appear. We also receive some items from the Ohiolink service. And so when that is the case, it will give you this link here, full text via the Ohiolink EJC, which stands for the Electronic Journal Center. And from here, it gives you much of the same information as it did in the EBSCO resource, right? I've got the abstract here. I've got a permalink that will take you specifically to this page, as well as some other information. But right here is where I will find the PDF full text of this article, which I can then download, send to Notability, or utilize in whatever way I would like to. Now, unfortunately, there may sometimes be an article that we don't own here at the library. That happens sometimes. And it's pretty obvious because there won't be any way to find it or click on the article. And there should be text that says request this item through Interlibrary Loan. And I can verify all that by clicking on the title of the article, making sure that it's actually something that I want to request. And then I can use the request this item through Interlibrary Loan button. Now, one important thing to note is that when you request something through Interlibrary Loan, it can take time for it to be received. Sometimes it can come as quickly as 1 business day, depending on how easily available the article is. What happens when you submit this article request form, however, is that it gets emailed to my colleague. She then goes and tries to locate the article owned by another college. She contacts them and asks if they're able to send it to us. They scan and send the article. So it can take up to 2 weeks, just depending on what you're looking for and how hard it is to find. So I always encourage folks that if they need something through Interlibrary Loan, to request it sooner rather than later. The form is really nice though, because all you'll have to fill out is your information here. So, and remember, your library card number is your Hiram College ID number. Everything else down below has already been filled in, including the information such as the title of the article and the journal and the author. So it does make it nice and easy. If you ever have any difficulty accessing any resources and you think that the library should own them, or you just have general questions, please contact library@hiram.edu.